Shakur Stevenson, thanks for sitting down with us. I want to congratulate you on your win this past Friday. You know, earlier in your career, people were saying, oh, he's fast, he has skills, but he has no pop. He's not knocking people out. And now it's 10 wins and 6 knockouts, so that knockout ratio is moving forward. Like, who do you credit that to?
I mean, I credit that to myself, but I can give Terrence some credit on that too, because I be in training camp watching Terrence spar and
Terrence Crawford?
yeah, and I always get to see him.
Couldn't pick nobody better than that?
Nah, he sit down in his punches a lot, and one thing I was learning from like my previous fights is that when I first came in, I used to try to throw a lot of punches, and I came from the amateurs, like try to score points. And now it's like I'm trying to throw 1 or 2 hard shots or 2 or 3 hard shots. And
obviously, you're a Olympic silver medalist. When you came into the game, everybody wanted a piece of Shakur. Floyd, Al Heyman, everybody in between those. But you went with Top Rank, and you also went with Andre Ward and Jay Prince as your management team. How did that whole thing come about? Why'd you go that way?
At the Olympics, I was already in contact with Andre Ward. Like, I was already talking with Andre Ward before the Olympics, and we was already close. And Olympic trials, like, Andre Ward was talking to me, hyping me up. At the Olympics, I went down to Andre Ward for his training camp with Kovalev. I started telling him, like, I want to go pro, and then we got a conversation, and he wanted me to talk to Jay. Right. So when he wanted me to talk to Jay, I'm like, oh. Like that, yeah, the coach, Coach Ryan. After that, everything just fell in place.
After that, Floyd Mayweather and everybody else just faded away.
Because you still could have picked Floyd as a...
Yeah, what was the whole thing? Because it seemed like Floyd flew out to the Olympics to see you, and then all of a sudden, you signed with Top Rank, and people like confused. I thought he was signing with Mayweather Promotions. What happened there? What was it about Floyd that you kind of wanted to step away from?
Honestly, I had like several options, and Top Rank was going to get me to where I needed to be.
So you already got the political correct answer already, huh? You're 21 years old. You know how to glide on that one, right? Okay.
Sorry, fight fans, I tried.
Now you live in where? You from Newark, New Jersey. You live in where? Virginia?
Yeah, I live in Alexandria, Virginia.
How's it out training out there?
It's a lot better because it's not really like the hood, and it's a way. So
you can't be repping the hood. Now I'm from Newark. You ain't from Newark.
Nah, I'm from
Don't listen
Newark.
to this guy. He's from Brooklyn, but he live in Jersey. Stop it. For 15 years, Jersey.
Nah, I'm from Newark. I'm born and raised, and that's how I became who I am. But
yeah, that's a city that made you a fighter.
Yeah, for a fact. But I kind of feel like training-wise, I feel like that's the better environment for me.
So you got a whole bunch of siblings. Like nobody else box?
My little brothers, they try to box, and one of them trying boxing now. But you gotta care for it. You gotta really like have a reason, and they don't really like be having the passion for it.
Well, because you feeding them all now.
Yeah,
so good.
yeah, they don't really got the passion for it like how I had it like when I was coming up. So
who's some of the fighters that inspired you coming up?
My favorite fighter coming up was Andre Ward, and he still is my favorite fighter. But I watch a lot of Floyd Mayweather and Pernell Whitaker. Like I watch a lot of Pernell.
So what kind of wisdom does Ward, instill in you?
I mean, he always hit me up telling me to stay focused, and the main thing with him, he always telling me to stay patient. I feel like I'm ready to fight for a world title, my next fight, and I could beat some of these world title and world champions already. So, but he telling me like basically like you gotta wait your turn, basically like don't just rush into it, and it got to be the right time. Like he told me back in, he felt like in his time when he was coming up, he felt like he wasn't ready for a world title, but when he got the opportunity, it was the right time. Yeah, basically.
How do you kind of, if some people say, hey, what about guys like Lomachenko who came in the game and started fighting for world titles, their second fight, Rigondeaux, do you ever say things like, wait, what about these dudes? Like they ready, why can't I be?
I say that, but then you gotta realize too, them guys been to 2 different Olympics, and it's kind of different where it's like I'm young, like I'm 21 fresh, still a baby in the game, and I don't really gotta rush nothing, but.
But you still think you could beat some of the world champions out?
I've been in the ring with a lot of people. I've been in the ring with. I feel like.
Can you name a couple of guys you sparred already?
I sparred with 2 of the pound for pound top fighters in the world, Lomachenko and Terrence Crawford.
So you can't get better sparring.
Yeah, and I kind of rate my level off of sparring with them, man. Like I'm not disrespecting them at all because they champions, like they really nice. Like,
but you give them some good work.
I know for a fact that I can beat some of these world champions. I sparred with Gary Russell before.
Like, so name some of the guys that we would know, that the general public would know that you feel like you can beat?
I'm gonna just leave it with one name. I'm gonna just give you Josh Warrington. That's the only name I'm gonna give you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you willing to go out there to the UK?
Yes.
So how much has your upbringing play a part in how you train and your desire for boxing?
It's been playing a big part in my whole career. Like, my mother got 9 kids, and I wanted to feed my family, so it's the same thing now. Like, I still got the same mindset. My mindset, I know I'm not nowhere near done yet, and I'm still on the mission.
So what's the first thing financially you ever did for your mom when you made like your first big check?
First thing financially, I did a lot of stuff for my mother, so.
Yeah. The first thing
You
when
get out of Newark, was that the
is
first
it
thing?
is it the first thing, like the best feeling that you able to give back to mom?
Maybe the best thing that I did that I kind of felt like my favorite thing was when she wanted to get out of Newark and I kind of got her apartment. That was kind of like one of my favorite things. I got it and it kind of made me feel like kind of good for
Like
myself.
a man.
Something
Yeah,
special.
for sure.
Who's your favorite fighter? Give me the top 3.
In boxing right now,
Boxing, active.
Terrence Crawford, Canelo, and I gotta say Errol Spence.
What is it about Canelo that you like?
I'm a big Canelo fan. Like, I'm really like, I watch a lot of Canelo. I watch Canelo more than like any of the guys that I just named type stuff. So.
So when people say like that typical Mexican style, you don't feel he has that?
No, I feel like honestly, if I'm being real,
Yeah,
I feel like he fight like a African American fighter.
Black
like,
fighter.
Yeah.
It's okay to say black.
Yeah.
He dressed like one too.
Yeah, he do. But he kind of fight more like that kind of style. But he still got some Mexican style tendencies.
still
But
tough.
it's like all mixed in one.
So that means he's slick.
Yeah.
So you don't see anybody in the middleweight division beating him,
Nah, not at all.
even his next fight coming up in May against Jacobs.
I like Danny, and I'm cool with Danny, but I kind of do think Canelo gonna win that fight.
So what about those 2 fights he had with Triple G?
I kind of thought Canelo won both fights. I kind of thought I'd have gave Canelo the first fight by like a round, but I kind of felt like he was boxing Triple G, and some of the rounds that they was trying to give to Triple G, Canelo was winning some of the
Making
rounds.
him miss somebody.
Yeah, making him miss, and he was really scoring more than Triple G was scoring basically. But
So this guy sees boxing like we do.
yeah, the second fight I thought he clearly won. Like it wasn't
Backed
no.
him down, hurt him to the body.
Yeah, Triple G kind of started giving up in between and in the middle of the fight. Not giving up, but I kind of seen one time Canelo touched his body, his leg went up. Yeah, his leg went up and stuff, so I
He
don't
started
know.
doing the running man.
So speaking of Canelo, what do you think about his new camp member, Ryan Garcia?
That's your boy, huh?
He's not in your weight class, but eventually that fight could possibly happen.
I mean, I watched his last fight. I ain't really.
Ready for you?
I ain't gonna say that. I fought him back in the amateurs before.
Okay.
Who won?
Me.
So that look.
Yeah, I won, but the amateurs, they don't really mean too much because the pros is a whole different ball
So
game.
do you see him getting better as his pro career progresses?
He looked better his last fight.
So he's ready for you then now.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. I knew it was gonna be something out of him. Now check it out. So you in Virginia, you training. What's on your playlist? What you listening to?
I listen to NBA YoungBoy, Kevin Gates, Drake, Meek Mill.
Who get you the hypest when you hitting the bag or something like that?
Probably
You about to spar.
YoungBoy. YoungBoy.
Young boy, see?
Yeah, YoungBoy.
Too young for us to know who he is.
Yeah, NBA YoungBoy though.
So what do you know about Rap A Lot Records? I see you with the chain Rap A Lot Records, Jay Prince, the
You an
company
artist?
he
He just
started.
signed you?
Man, I wish. Nah.
Do you rap?
Nah,
'Cause
I don't rap.
All right, because we make off the fighters rap on our show, but we won't give you.
Nah, I don't do no rapping. Don't even try me.
You
But
rap is your hands. Right?
yeah, for sure.
All right. We got this game that we play, right? And we're gonna give you some clues. We're gonna give you 5 clues. You gotta guess which boxer it is, at least by the 5th clue.
Okay.
All right, and this is to test your boxing knowledge since we already know you nice with it.
Okay.
All right?
First clue: he was born in the state of Virginia.
Okay.
Okay, nothing? That's your final answer?
Yeah, that's my finance.
Okay. Southpaw.
Oh, that's easy. Pinell with a gun.
I told you it's gonna be too easy. So
That was definitely too easy.
Oh
Good
man!
stuff, good stuff.
All right, so we always like to play a little competition, on our show. Sometimes it's Barak. Today it's gonna be me. We're gonna test my speed and power compared to yours. Now, I'm not a professional boxer. Keep in mind.
Disclaimer over here.
A disclaimer.